Hey everybody, welcome back to Champ Son and our NCAA football series where we are the head coach of the Texas Tech Red Raiders. We are prime into Big 12 action, 6-2 on the season, and we've got a big game against Kansas State coming up. Before we do that, though, we definitely need to take a look at some of these guys that we are recruiting. You know, and where we have our points focused, we have 1,500 points to spread out at this stage. Taking a look at our team needs, and he doesn't even care. Dwayne Johnson doesn't care about us. Cornelius Moss, we do have the lead on him. He's a 61 overall, so maybe he's got potential to kind of be a sub linebacker or something, but I don't definitely see him being a premier. Tight end Mark Perkins is ready for a visit. He's a 64 overall. We do have him fully scouted. Now, that's the thing. There's only 2 more home games left. One against OU, the other one against Texas. Both games we could easily lose. And so trying to pick a game for one of them to come to, I'm going to pick Texas. They're having a rough season. They did in real life as well as in the game, oddly enough. So I'm going to put some people visiting for the Texas game. If they're down and we can get a big win right there, that'll kind of just help us out that much more, beating a rival like that. Now, looking at Tommy John, he's got 700 points on him. So that's the most that we can actually do. He's a 68 overall cornerback. He's a 3-star hard hitter out of Balch Springs, Texas. TCU has a lead on him. I'm not sure why he wants to go to TCU. I guess technically proximity to home. I don't know what they offer him that we can't, really. So looking down our line, we do have some of these lower rated guys with not many points on them. But also, if you see some of these guys, we are well in the lead. Others, we're pretty far behind where you start going, I can add the points, but is it going to be worth it? For some of these guys. And now we're kind of getting around. And you can see some of the people who have signed with us. Arthur Johnson, 68 overall, strong safety. Eric Doucette, 63 overall corner. These are 2 guys that I think can really provide us some depth in the defensive backfield. That's kind of what we need a lot of, is that. So taking a look at in a battle for 6 schools, I don't know why they have Jerome Sawyer down on the bottom. We're not even close. He's actually locked us out. We do remove another guy we don't have any chance of getting. I'm not going to waste my time with someone I'm trailing by 1,800 points on. I'm just not going to do it. Okay. I'm taking a look at some of these guys that we have not scouted. So the overall ratings, the more you complete the scouting, obviously, the more you know, and their rating can actually change. So taking a look at some of these guys, he stayed, like Jason Cook stayed the same. Brian Clark, I have seen guys jump up from mid-50s to mid-60s, mid-60s to low 70s, stuff like that. So it's definitely possible. Okay. Like Steve Meyer, guard, went from, 62 to 66 overall. So we are trailing down by him, but 765, it's not insurmountable, especially when you're talking about Houston and the Raging Cajuns. Now, Steve Meyer is from Louisiana, so you make a bid at a guard that's 66, give it your best shot. Who knows? Might be able to strike, but. So that's going to be it with the recruiting, and we're going to go ahead and jump into this game. Now, we are going to be in Manhattan, Kansas for this one. It is a cold, brisk day there. It was at Bill Snyder Stadium or something like that. I believe it is called. And taking on, their defense looks to be pretty good. They are number 16 in the state. They only allow 174 passing yards per game. But if you look at that, average rushing yards allowed is 164. So I think that's where we can actually make our bones. We can move, if we continue the work to move Tech from the air raid to more of an option style offense, which I think they can benefit from greatly. Having that, being able to work the run game and still having the passing game as an option is ideal for us, and especially with a team that struggles against the run. right? So a team that struggles against the run, if we can put it to them and put it to them on the ground and then beat them in the air, it just makes it kind of that much better. Now, we do have a little contingent of fans with us, you see there at the back of the stadium in the red and black, as we are surrounded by purple and white. Bill Snyder Family Stadium. Taking the ball here to start this game off, we will have possession with the 1st and 10. As Conception is in the shotgun formation, they bring a blitz. We get it dropped off to Mueller, and he's going to break a tackle and get brought down after a gain of about 7 yards. A hefty 7-yard fight on that one. We will say Curtis Mueller's got 300 yards, 4 touchdowns on 22 receptions on the season. So we're starting to work him into the passing game a lot more. He's got some speed that I think we can definitely use to our advantage. So now 2nd and 3 from the shotgun formation. Once again, Conception hands it off to Poole, who's in for Weber, who is out right now with an injury. Poole filling in on that spot and takes a rush for about 6 yards and a 1st down. Right there, giving us a new set of downs. We are on the on the Wildcat 30-yard line driving here. This is the very first possession of the game for our offense. Now 1st and 10 in the shotgun formation, 4 wide. Once again, Conception, a little bit of play action. Rolls out to his left side. He has space. He cuts it back out. He's going to be finally tackled after gaining about 9 yards down the sideline. Had some space, followed his blockers, but it is tracked down from behind by one of the safeties, as that brings up 2nd and 1 for this Red Raider offense. From the 21-yard line, nonetheless. So coming out in the shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers. We got Osborne in at tight end and Poole in the backfield. Conception stands tall, fires it over. Osborne drops it, a rare drop. Conception had him open over the middle, and Osborne just could not hold on to it as he does drop that ball. And here we go now, 3rd and 1, needing a big play to happen for us right here. In the shotgun formation, Conception's going to send White in motion. Hands it off to him. There's a hole. White is through, and that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 after a 5-yard rush. John White took the handoff, found the opening, and was able to take it where we needed it to go, as we do keep this drive alive, working on getting close to about 4 minutes of possession on this time. As we come up in the pistol formation, 3 wide receiver set, and Poole is in the backfield. Little play action, and he's going to be brought down. Conception sacked for a loss of 5 yards. Brandon Marks came through on the blitz, really untouched, and seemed unfazed by the play action, and he just lays into Conception. I'm surprised he's able to get up from that one, as that was a big-time hit that took him to the turf. So 2nd and 15 here for the Red Raider offense. As we come to in a pistol formation once again. Running a little bit of running ball to the right. Not a play action. We actually hand it off, as Poole is going to be brought down after a gain about 3 yards on that one. That's only his 2nd rush of the afternoon. We probably need to start trusting him a little bit more in the same type of way that we would trust Weber. Because that was really when our running game was at full force. So now 3rd and 12. Wildcats bring a blitz. They leave a man open over the middle. We're not able to hit them. They do close on it. Their safety closed quickly and knocked that ball away, as that pass for John White falls incomplete in the end zone and does bring up a 4th and 12. Now, what to do in a situation like this from the 18-yard line? We are 6 and 2. We're on the road. We're facing a top 20 team. So 4th and 12, we are definitely going to go for it right here. Conception gets the snap, scans over the field, fires it to be brought down by Poole, and he's actually tackled, and that is a turnover. I was hoping we'd get it, but if we can stop him right here and get good field position, I'll be glad with that. We have a defense capable enough to stop him. They hand it off to Arnold. He's got space down the left side. You've got to be kidding me. They get another block. Their wide receiver has a convoy for him, and he's through. One play, and they're done. They're into the end zone. Wow. Really blew that one, as we allow them to go 90 yards. And there wasn't even anybody close. They ran it to the left side. That whole side of our defense collapsed in. And then I don't know who their receiver is, and that number 81 kid was just basically a convoy for the running back, taking them all the way into the end zone. Ridiculous. Now, taking a look at one of the surprising scores from around the nation, UCLA, that's a surprise enough, being ranked number 1, gets completely demolished at home by Arizona State, 44 to 20 something. Now, TCU comes in at number 6, handles their business in Knoxville, taking out our old team, Tennessee, 31-21. And Texas has a 3-0 lead on Kansas, who, before, if you heard that score, you'd go, haha, that's funny video game. Now you're like, oh, this video game's really realistic in that score. I'll be damned. So now, a little bit later on in this game, we did jump ahead to the third quarter. Some of the recording got a little choppy. We did miss lots of scoring. I do apologize for that. We are trailing now to the Wildcats 28-21. Their running game has been demolishing us. We've just now been able to start stopping it. They just bounced off tackler after tackler. Just like that, just continue bouncing off guys as we finally bring them down. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. We maintain them to 3 yards. Thankfully, we maintain them to 3 yards. But here we are now, 3rd and 5, trying to basically keep ourselves within this game. We cannot continue to let them get 2 scores ahead of us at every juncture. We need to stop them on at least one drive. And they run a screen pass. We're going to get him. Singletary. He's not fooled. He brings Danny Hurd down after a 4-yard reception, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 1 here. And they would have to punt the ball away to us. And so here we are on the ensuing drive at about the 35-yard line. Conception drops back, throws a pass over to Herman. That's going to be caught for about a good 6 yards on that play. And, 6 yards is definitely better than nothing. We have to just keep going forward. That's all our focus is right now. As a score is, we are trailing 21-28 here in Manhattan, Kansas, to the number 16 Wildcats. So we hand it off to Poole. He cuts it back, goes all the way left, cuts it right back. Brian Poole just does not have the swiftness that we're used to coming out of Weber, right? He just doesn't have it. Nothing really against him. He's just not there yet in his career. Still a little too young for that. Weber's a little older and more experienced. So now, next play, 3rd and 1, as we are in a pistol, handed off to Birch up the middle. Birch fighting forward, gets us to the 20-yard line. 8-yard rush, big-time play, keeping this drive alive. 1st and 10 for the Raiders offense. As we come into this one, 21 yards away from being able to tie this game up. Now, our defense did their job. Now it's time for our offense, Conception, and the receivers to do their job. As they bring a blitz, he fires it over the middle. John White, he goes upstairs and he gets that one and brings it down as he's going to be brought down at about the 4 or 5 yard line. And that brings up 1st and goal. He goes up top above everybody, reaches up and grabs that ball out of thin air and brings it down for a 1st and goal at the 4. We are now 12 feet away from being able to have this game tied up, needing to just avoid a mistake, a stupid mistake, and let's just get this thing into the end zone. Conception going to be under center for one of the rare times. Gets the snap, rolls out to his right, and fires it over into double coverage, and that one's knocked away. Almost threw that one. Interception. Almost. So now 2nd and goal from the 4. No more stupid plays like we just did. We're going on the shotgun formation. Conception. A little bit of option keeper. Holding on. Lowering his shoulder. DeMarcus Conception. He's into the end zone. Touchdown Tech. Get your guns up. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Conception lowered his shoulder. He would not be denied on that one at all, as he does fight forward to get this game tied up. Now, after our defense made another surprising stop here, we do have possession with it in the 3rd quarter, about 3 minutes to go in the 3rd. Conception drops back, rolls to his right, fires it. He's got a man open. It's Osborne deep down the left side and is brought down at the 20-yard line. 47 yards. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. We saw him get open at that last second. We kept dropping back, saw him open, and finally were able to get the ball delivered to him deep down the field. That was a big play. 47 yards. Puts us in the red zone, ladies and gentlemen. Tied at 28 apiece here in the third quarter. Now, our defense has done their job. We've been able to get the stops. So now, once again, it's time for our offense to step up and do what needs to be done as they drop off the screen pass to Poole. Blockers in front, makes the man miss. Poole brought down after gain of 10 yards on that screenplay. Was able to squeeze through his blockers, get some space downfield, and pick up a new set of downs as we've got a first and goal at the 9-yard line. So coming to the line, we are going to be in the shotgun formation. We got 3 receivers with our tight end Osborne in a slot position to the right. Run a little bit of a play action. Conception has space, has it, lowers his shoulder, fights forward, touchdown Tech, get your guns up. Oh my goodness. Oh baby, DeMarcus Conception putting the world on his shoulders, lowers that shoulder into the defender and does not stop pumping his feet and gets into the end zone. We will now take the lead 35-28 here in this ball game. Now, Allen, for the Wildcat offense, we've had him bottled up. He started to run right there, and there's just a man waiting for him as he's brought down for the sack. And the best part is we had him where he's starting to be able to come to us because we're having guys in position. They're no longer out of position where they shouldn't be. So we are running a little bit more zone type of a defense instead of man and running guys off and chasing everybody everywhere. I'm trying to run a little bit more zone, keep guys in position of where they're supposed to be at versus chasing someone down. Let's let our defensive line do what they're supposed to do and get some pressure on this quarterback. So now Allen drops it off quickly to the right side, and Cameron Marks is going to be just folded over like a cheap lawn chair as he gets smacked to the turf. Our defenders are coming out laying the lumber today. Boom, look at that. I'm surprised his knee is still in one piece. He's able to stand up. Big time hit by our defender here, and that's going to drop them for no gain and bring up a 3rd and 14. Okay. 3rd and 14. Looks like they're going to be going with multiple wide receiver set as they come to the line, and they will be in a shotgun formation. Now, we do bring out the nickel package as we have our 2 linebackers kind of dropped back a little bit as we shift one man close to the line, maybe bringing a blitz, and he drops back. We get pressure with the line. He finds his man. He drops the pass. Jeremy Allen had his man open down the sideline, and they just dropped that pass, and that would force them to punt the ball back to us. Now, here we are on the ensuing drive as we have reached the 4th quarter, 1st and 15 after a false start, and that's going to not be any better, any more improvement as Justin Hill for the Wildcat defense comes in and gets a sack on Conception for about a 6-yard loss. So it went from 1st and 15 to 2nd and 21 now. Trying to figure out how we're going to try to maneuver this. We are on the Kansas State side of the field, so we're out of field goal position right now, but you can't just give up on points. Now, we do hand it off to Poole up the middle. They did kind of spread everybody out, so we do pick up a good 11 yards. Brian Poole has got 53 yards and a touchdown on the afternoon with only 11 carries. So we may need to, just like I said before, start utilizing him, provide him with some form of trust as we start trying to find a way to get the ball to him. Now, on 3rd and 10, we do go 5 wide. Mueller over the middle finds Jones, and he's going to drop it. Conception had Jones open over the middle, and he dropped that one on a 4th. That brings up 4th and 10 from the 37-yard line. That'll be a 54-yard field goal, and I definitely don't want to punt it. If we don't have the foot for it, fine, but I'm not going to punt that one away. So we are going to go deep on this one. 4th and 10, Conception stands and delivers it down the left side. He's got him in! Curtis Mueller! Touchdown Tech! Get your guns up! Oh my goodness! Oh baby! Conception throws it to Mueller, puts it at the very far back spot, just enough space to land his toes. Curtis Mueller Beautiful concentration on the catch and is able to bring it in to extend this lead to 2 scores at 42-28 now. 42-28. Big time lead for this team, and our defense has been phenomenal in this second half, holding them to 0 points as we got the sack right there to bring it to a 2nd and 17. Now, Kansas State only has 2 timeouts. They're down by 2 scores, so they have to use those 2 timeouts very carefully. Now they get the ball deep down the left side. They have a man as we finally bring him down. Danny Hurd picks up 40 yards on that play. And that's going to put him into our side of the field as they are going hurry-up formation once again. And I hate this type of formation setup we have. It never gets any pressure, really, and too many people are dropped back too far. Now, that when they do throw, they put it in front of us, so we do bring them down. We'll let them do that all day as this clock just ticks away little by more and more each play. So 2nd and 4, as we only bring 3, we do get some pressure, throw it out to the almost intercepted. Well, I couldn't tell if he was trying to throw it away or trying to reach that receiver standing out of bounds. But Donaldson almost is able to make that leap and interception, which that would have put a stop to any hopes this team had. So 3rd and 4 from the 29. Remember, you still have to get a first down here, right? So maybe you don't score, but you need to get the first down. If you're on offense, that's what you're thinking. Trailing by 2 at this point, needing to get the first. Fired over the middle, and the guy, Danny Hurd, who fights forward. It takes 3 Red Raiders to bring Hurd down. But we finally do, and Allen now, thanks to this drive, is up over 200 yards passing. Majority of it going to Hurd here on this one. So there is under 1 minute remaining here as the Wildcats have a 1st and 10, trailing by 2 scores, 42-28. Jeremy Allen drops back, throws it, and that's going to be out of bounds. They're not able to come down with it in bounds. And so it will be 2nd and 10 now from the 15 for this Wildcat offense. Still trailing by 2 scores, 42-28. We do have the lead on them, but they're trying to come back, trying to pull off a miracle. As Allen drops it over to Hurd, who's going to make the catch, but now there's a flag. What is that flag for? Holding offense. I will take it all day, ladies and gentlemen. 2nd and 20. There's under a minute left. There's under 50 seconds. There's only 46 seconds left. So theoretically, they can get a touchdown. But the further away they are, the better it works out for me. Bring them down in bounds. Force them to waste that last time out. So here we go. 2nd and 20. Allen for the Wildcats is in the shotgun formation. As we start to get some pressure on him, we do. Robinson. Brink comes up the middle. And Hill, oh my goodness. I tried to take over Hill and go for the interception. But instead he ran around in a little circle like that, looking foolish. And that allows the big play as Kansas State will get that touchdown. 11 plays, 97 yards in just basically about a minute and a half. That's what they just did. 97 yards, minute and a half. Now they're trailing only by 1 score. But they have 1 timeout. So as long as we recover the onside kick, as long as we recover it, we are going to come out of here winners. A lot closer than what I wanted it to be for a victory, at least. And we get it over to Carey. He's going to be brought down. That'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't matter. They got 1 timeout left. Let them use it. We got 2 plays we can run. Boom. Game over. Victory is ours. We are now 7 and 2, ladies and gentlemen. What is that, like a 4 or 5 game win streak at this point? 7 and 2. Conception played phenomenal. Multiple rushing touchdowns. So great job on the ground. Good job through the air. Limited mistakes. Played an overall great game for the win. Now that is a top 20 win. So I'm hoping it puts us in the top 25. I don't know if it will. 7 and 2, we should be a top 25 team, I would like to think, with some of the guys we've beaten. Taking down a top 20, Kansas State should get us there at 7 and 2. We should be. We should qualify at that stage. So it will be exciting to see what kind of boost into the rankings we do get, if any at all. And I don't know. We need to probably start checking out Heisman potential for Conception with throws like that he made. I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. All right. You don't hear me. So that will do it for us here in Manhattan, Kansas. Started out shaky, unable to tackle anybody. Finally figured it out in the second half. So that will get us going. And once again, like I said, 7-2. And that does remind me of that little pop-up right there. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if y'all have not hit it already. And if you did like today's video, hit that thumbs up button, as it really does help out the channel. And we do greatly appreciate everything that y'all do for us here at Champ and Sons. So the next game, we will return to Lubbock as we face off against the Oklahoma Sooners. That will be in the next episode. So I will see y'all in that episode, everybody. So as always, stay safe, and well, y'all know how it goes by now, right? Later, y'all.